Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We have got another busy day in store. Because we're still cultivating and we've got a lot of seeding still to go. I was about to start it without checking the oils. So this particular tractor, because it's got the front axle suspension, you have to put the front axle suspension down to then test the oil level. So at night you put this front axle suspension down and then you test what level it is in the morning. She works hard, this girl, so always got to make sure that she's in tip-top condition. And she gets looked after because she looks after us, you know. Doesn't matter what colour it is, if it works hard, got to look after it. Looking pretty good there. Overfull, shit. She's a little bit overfull, but oh well. So last time I seen you it was Thursday, so today is Tuesday. Now we've worked all the way through the weekend. We have done a lot of hectares. We've got a lot of hectares done already. So we've got a lot of wheat in the ground. So it's cultivated, then hit with the disc and the tip rollers, then seeded. We of course have a bit of stock work to do. In the meantime, we're just feeding 2 herds of heifers. 1 herd of heifers have gone home. The spring-born ones have stayed. It's honestly not hard to work all weekend when you're in level 4 lockdown and you got plenty to do. Because at this end of the season we're pretty much in lockdown anyway. So this paddock I'm currently in was seeded yesterday by Dad, and of course it's in wheat, and of course being spring, it's spring sowing wheat. Now this paddock that I'm in now, they've just driven into, I worked yesterday with our multi-tiller, and then since me working it yesterday, the fertiliser truck's been over it this morning and put on crop 15. So crop 15 has the nutrients in it that our soil requires to grow the barley crop that we are putting in. Hopefully tonight Dad will be in here, or this afternoon Dad will be in here after I've finished. But yesterday I did a little bit of filming on working this ground, so I'll leave you guys with that for a wee bit. So now that you guys are back, hopefully you enjoyed that a little bit, but I'm just setting up this tractor to go in this field, and this is what I've got to do. So switch it from road mode into field mode, then also go through to the hydraulics, just went past it here, and so this is the rear hydraulics for lifting those two big wheels at the back. So if I just flick the lever like that, it'll pump oil for 6 seconds and lift that cultivator up off the ground. I'm just getting as close as I possibly can to the fence without touching it, because we all know what happens then. Because this set of discs, when I go this way, the front row of discs is pulling that way, pulling the soil that way. So effectively I'm pulling it away from the fence so we can put seed in it. is close. It is cutting it fine. But of course the hit's having to be used because, well, can't get into town to have a haircut, so just got to cover it up instead. Check out what this machine is actually doing to our soil, eh? Just not here to sit in the tractor, are we? So as you can see, this is crop 15 pellets. We can't put this through our drill simply because of its shape and different sizes, and all the little bits will go to the bottom and then all the big bits it'll just be too inconsistent. But here you can see our machine has left ridges. It's not exactly perfect, but it does an alright job. Worked it all at about 8 inches deep, and so it's left clods behind. That is obviously not a clod, but it's left these clods behind. But what these discs are doing is just working those clods down, and you see it's just leaving it like this, and it's just awesome, bloody good to see. And as you can see, little bits of the fertilizer sitting there, but most of it is worked in and you can't see it at all. It's absolutely perfect, and we're working at a depth of about 4 inches. Paddock done. Now it is currently 10 to 11. I got here at about 9:30. It's pretty quick moving. It's taken hour 20. Well, team, we're back into the paddock that I was just in this morning. Now I've just been at home for lunch and did some quick maths when I was there. Well, I took the quick opportunity to show you guys how much diesel this tractor uses. This morning I obviously filled up, and then when I was back I filled up again. Disking this paddock, it took 11.5 minutes per hectare, 48 litres in total for a paddock that's 6.9 hectares big. That means it took 6.9 litres per hectare. When it took about 80 minutes at 48 litres that I filled up with. So with the 48 litres that I filled up with, and the fact that it took 80 minutes to cultivate that paddock, so 48 divided by 80 equals 0.6, and then times that by 60, your average per hourly rate of diesel is about 36 litres per hour. Now that's pretty good. Roller here is a bit of an addition. Okay, I better explain something a wee bit better. So all of these 3 paddocks here, the pylon paddock over there in the corner, and then this paddock here, are all oats going into barley. So once again, got to take her into paddock mode, 4-wheel drive. Right, so paddock V, 1, 2. So there's our A. So what I do now off of my AB lines is follow that line up the paddock. Hopefully the camera's bringing it up, but as you can see the dots are illuminating, telling me where to go. So now that I've completed all of those strikeouts, or formed all of my islands, if you will, you guys can sit up here on this center pivot. Just watch me work away the Savo. Done. That's another goal accomplished. Just moseying down the road. I can't go very fast because of that damn Cambridge roller on the back and those rings flying apart. I don't want to leave them there for the neighbours to find as they come down the road, of course. But just like the oat silage bales, where we found we had an excess halfway through the season, we also found that at the end of the season we had an excess of straw bales, wheat straw bales of course, and we've put them up on Facebook and sold them. They pretty much sold like hotcakes. Obviously guys that are short on feed coming into the end of the season, so that's why I'm coming back to the yard now. It's out of gear, and then there we go. It's trying to kill something. Oh, no, it's just stopped there. That's pretty tough to move. If I was that little motor, I'd be burnt out too. Well guys, just in case you didn't hear that, Dad's having problems with the fertilizer metering system on the drill. It seems to be causing a little bit of problem. He believes it's the bearings, and you can hear some really bad noises when you turn the gears. Of course you click it out of gear and then you start turning those two gears. Normally you can get a chunk of fertilizer out of that. You know, some dirty fertilizers coming through, but it just keeps on grinding away and it does not sound good at all. So what am I doing out here in this old battler? So I'm just cleaning out the hay feeder because we want to move this pivot around and we do not want them to touch. also this fence out of this paddock because I simply don't need to be here anymore. But as the camera may be able to pick up, you can see a pivot rut going around. So what I want to do is get that pivot around and out and into the wheat ground, because the wheat's obviously finished and so it's not in anyone's way. I've done that good feeder there because those feeders there are all good to go next year, but these ones here are needing some repair. So basically this is a TLC pile. Now in this episode, hopefully you guys have grasped a wee bit more about what we do and how we go about our business, and hopefully I've shown you guys a bit of agriculture that you never knew existed and that you like. Well anyway guys, that's the wrap on today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. Cheers.